is Breyer and I'm Furback, and I just did an unboxing video on California Chrome and a review video on other concepts of things that's going on and story about getting California Chrome. So right now, I'm going to be doing is making a neck ribbon for him. I know I probably did. Sorry, his foot's like stuck on my jean. There we go. How to make a Breyer neck ribbon before, but it was like really dark and everything. So what I'm gonna do is jump in. So before we get started, I'm gonna show you what I did before. This is the ribbon I made a while ago. So this is what it looks on Cigar for this mold, because this is the other horse I have, and he's the first on the mold. So definitely show that. Sorry about the dogs barking. My dad came home from running errands or whatever. So let's jump in on this guy. So what you're gonna want to do, obviously, is have whatever type of ribbon that you have. In fact, where did I put my own? Great. Well, one thing is first, you don't want to actually misplace your ribbon. There you go. Oh, no. Oh, I forgot. It was on the bed. Okay, so this is my royal blue satin ribbon. This length is great for all models, basically. Except basically traditionals, I mean, the size. This is the 5/8 by 18 feet. You can find this at Walmart really easily, or Michael's, or any sort of place that sells a ribbon for any type of any artistical thing or event. So how I do it to make it fit custom is to have it fit the horse's reach up down to, depends on how long you want the ends to be and how you want it to form. So I naturally want it to be, the ends anyway, positioned of where the legs, how are formed, so it makes it look it's natural. So I start at the withers. And I let it drop because I have to kind of eyeball it, but you have to use your fingers to measure. And so I take the end, the first end, okay, and it's where my finger, that's where they're supposed to meet, and I just right at the withers, go down, and I usually want it to end about to where the knees are, depending on the horse's pose and breed. So since this is like slightly longer than I would want it to be, I would make it a little bit shorter. And how we do is hold this end and pull this out away from me, so that I can get the right nice tight snug. But I know it's not that when I do the tie, it's not going to make the extra ribbon too short to where it's like, well, this is pointless. This is like we're having a horse wearing a collar. You don't want that. You want it to be kind of like a nice ribbon that is settled across the legs. I might have to fix this, guys. This one's a little hard to have an example of. But you want it crossed over after you do it, so that it's kind of like you have your, say if a real person has their cape shawl thing for their uniform, they're over the shoulders and they're down, depending on the height of their body. So let me see if I have a better. Okay, so obviously American Pharaoh is a better choice because it was the most recent one that I did. And yes, I know Samari Jones just fell over. There we go. So that's a better natural fit. It's a natural, nice, comfortable fit for him. He doesn't feel like he's choking. And the extra ribbon here, after you tie it, it just rests on his arm. It doesn't choke him up. Cigar has that a little bit of a choke, so I'll have to fix it a little bit after this video and just get him a little straightened out. But for American Pharaoh, you can see that it's supposed to look like that. That's just the way I do it. You can do whatever you want. There's no real rule about that. Just make sure it doesn't look like you're having a rope tied around the horse. Because you want to look nice, not horrible. So I'm going to make it a little bit longer since I know the length of that is on a cigar. So we're going to do it about here. Maybe a little bit longer. Yeah, we'll just do it a bit longer. I know this is going to look weird, but it's having a little extra rope, ribbon. Sorry, not rope. You can use any type of material for a neck ribbon, any color. So make sure it's soft and it's not rough where it's going to scratch the horse's paint. I like European satin because it's shiny and it's soft on the horses. And it's really easy to work with and cut. It looks great in photos too. So that's how much I'm going to do for him because I know how much, looking at a previous horse, how it worked for him. It looked great, but it was a little tight, snug, so I'm going to fix that. And to not have that same mistake, I'm going to make this a little bit extra long past the knee. I know it looks all the way down the hoof, but that's okay because you're going to be using some of that up to do it with 1 or 2 ties, depending on how snug or loose it will be the first time. And then at the end here, this is where you do your cut. Because I like having it even. Who doesn't like having it even? And it's sufficient to equal visualization after you do your tie, so both length of the ribbon is easily able to be seen both sides of the horse when you're doing your photos or photo shot or anything like that. And I like to have the horse pose up like this, kind of an angle towards me, so I can see what I'm doing. And I get to cross over. I like to do right over left, technically my right over left since I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, it would be your left over right, or something like that. Oops, don't want to hit the tail too hard on the ground because I have wood floors. Okay, so I'm going to get the ends leveled, and then you're going to go up to kind of towards the throat, and you're going to do your tie over, kind of like the first tie you do for shoes. And that's the kind I like to do. It's simple, and it looks pretty when you do it well. Alright, and I like to have it droop down, like so, down to where we have bottom of the chest, we have the shoulder up here. Okay, so I'll show you on this side. You have the shoulder up here, the whole line, and then when you go down here, this is where you get your elbow to your shoulder. So it's like our elbows here, and our shoulders here. So it's the end of it's like your end of your shoulders here, and then it goes to your arm. So for the horse, it goes from your shoulder to instant to elbow and then your arm. So it's a little different for them. Now for them, it would be the end of the shoulder, and I'm trying to remember which way. I usually like having the inner front main top part facing the way that the horse is meant to be shown as presented in their box. So for the cigar mold, technically it's this way. So for me, it would be the. So getting on a horse would be this side on the camera, but for me, it's going to be shown this side because that's the way that that they're boxed. I guess the easiest way I can put it. You can do whatever way you want. You don't have to copy me. You don't have to copy certain things. If you like a certain style, that's okay. There's a lot of diversity to that. I also like the over the shoulder thing, because that applies to more of a regal feel fitting to them. And also for horses, especially for this mold, it looks really, really nice. And also, if you have an extra enough ribbon to do that, that's great, because then you have space and the room to do it. So what I'm going to try to do is not lose grip on my horse so that it doesn't come out all funky. And in case it doesn't work out, over the shoulder, one over the shoulder or the outer shoulder, over like this, that's okay. You can just do it in the middle, and that'll be okay too. So I'm kind of experimenting because I have to, because each horse is a little different. No matter if it's the same mold, it's going to be a little different. Because if it was the same, it would be like extremely perfect every time, and that'd be completely boring. It would be super simple, but it would not be somewhat challenging. And you want to make sure your ribbon doesn't flap back over like mine just did. And it looks good. If it doesn't come out right the first time, that's okay. You can just easily take it out. Just make sure you don't have it too tight to have it come out, because then you'll start all over again. So, okay, so this looks okay. The fitting's nice. This is what I was going for. If the lighting will work, it's very dark, I know. Let me see if I can get the camera light up this way so you can see it better. See, yeah, so what I was going for was more like this. Where it's more down, like so. Oh, let's change it this way. But I don't really like that very much, because I can't really get both sides of the ribbon over each leg very well. So I might have to do it in the middle. And you kind of have to tweak with it a little bit, just to figure out the right look you want. And I like having my ribbon straight, not like really twisted, only for the part that needs to be twisted. Because I like actually seeing the ribbon and not like super. If it was one that's super thin, I would have gotten with one that's shorter than a 5/8. So what I'm going to try to do this time is just go through them, just do it right down the middle. And then just do a nice comfortable, meaning not too tight. Yeah, right there, over each side of the shoulder. If your horse has that, that's really, really nice. It makes your job 10 times easier. If a horse like Seabiscuit, it's a little harder and he's on the, I'm trying to remember, what is it? John Henry? Yeah, John Henry mold, I think it is, or Fargo. I can't remember which it is. It's the first on that mold, but I think it's Fargo. I might be wrong. You can correct me in the comments. Be great. I can't remember exactly. It's a little hard to remember all the certain horses on molds all the time. So for this down in the middle, I guess it's great, but I feel it's a little too high, and it keeps wanting to go up the neck a little bit. So I think over the shoulder will work better for him. If you have a different tactic that will work better for you, that's great. My goal is to have the horse fit comfortably and not move in the place that I want it to sit to rest. I uses the horse's shoulders for guidance. It's one of the best things to do when you're making a neck ribbon. And then also for those who like to make halters and bridles for their heads, you have to use their head, or that part of the body, to kind of use as a measuring guideline. Rulers won't really help for this, because you have to use the actual model for figuring out, okay, what works best for this horse and what will make it sit, basically. If the left side doesn't really work, which I'm really hoping it will, maybe I just have to do it across the arm like this. I've had to do it a couple times like that too. And just go over, just punch it through the hole, and just go pull it out the other way. Make sure what side you want, which obviously I want the shiny part up. I don't want the non-shiny part up, because it's not very attractive and it's not very pretty. and it kind of ruins the point of the ribbon that you got in the first place. So this one works better. Actually, this is finally third time the charm, basically. This is exactly what I wanted. This is what I'll need to fix a lot on cigars, because cigars is a little funky. I don't know if this is a little bit shorter, but this is exactly what I wanted. And it looks like that, so I like to have it, okay, so it's not going to be completely perfect, but that's okay. I want it to be a little angled. As long as the ribbon is resting down on the down leg, which is what it's supposed to do, and then for the high leg, it's supposed to be up. That's technically that's how I mean by natural fit, for the horses. So like if it's down, it needs to be resting down with the knee. If it's up, it needs to be resting on high on the knee or movement of where the elbow and arm is. So for here, now see, if it wants to curl up, that's okay. I mean, for shelf, it's fine. I maybe want it out a little more if I'm going to do photography or maybe some film shot, little short stories or something when I want them to wear their ribbon. I could do that. This is the main side, so I like to have it a little down a little bit, so it kind of looks like he's wearing a war ribbon around him, kind of like would say, like some military men did. And then this is the other side. Okay, so when you have one side down a little bit, it's gonna go up on the other shoulder a little more. This is the main side. Okay, and then so you have that. So this is basically how you make. It's really simple. It takes a little bit of time. I've been doing it enough times to where it just takes like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Mainly like maybe 3 minutes to actually like shaping it and like cut it and size it to the neck and the comfortable fit down to the elbows with the horse. And then it takes like a couple more minutes just to kind of play with the right fit. Because it might not work the first time. You might have to try at least 3. I've tried it maybe probably at least 3 times to figure out, okay, this side, okay, this way doesn't quite work. This looks good. This is the best. So you just kind of tweak with it a little bit when you're making these. So that is that for him. We're at 17 minutes, so I think I'll cut it off. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please put that down below. I'll read everybody's comments and try to get back to you as soon as possible. I do get notifications through my phone easily and faster than I do with my laptop, so feel free to share, subscribe, and comment, and keep up with the notification bell at not bill. And I'm definitely going to try to do some more videos and keep up with you guys. I'm doing Instagram too, so if you don't see anything on YouTube, definitely go over to Instagram, Breyerheart94. Yes, it's both same for both. Just to make it simple. I know I don't want to make it too complicated. But anyway, so definitely check out my Instagram. I'm definitely trying to daily keep that up, but I do it weekly. And I do have a box photo on Fifth Sky and a t-shirt that I got at Champion's gift shop in LA, Sania Park. And this is their original cigar mold. So you can tell the difference of what looks nice and what's a little eh. What's eh means that this is up too high and it's not relaxed. It's just kind of rushed done. This is a rushed done. Okay, this looks rushed. This is a rushed, to me, this is a rushed done job. This is a take your time, do it well, try it at least, if it doesn't work the first time, at least it takes at max 3 times. If you're very new at this, then don't rush yourself. Just take your time with it, kind of play with what works, the length that works for you. But after you do it enough times, then you'll know exactly how much ribbon it takes to make for per horse, depending on how many horses you have and which ones you have, kind of. So, that is that. Alright, so this is the end of this video on how to make a neck ribbon from a roll, and then you have to use pretty good good regular scissors. Make sure they have a straight edge, unless you want one with a funny angle. And that's all you need. And of course, a horse. And then some just clear space, no trash, nothing lying around. Actually, obviously, I cleared out some of my room before I got the horse and ribbon and everything, so I have some clear space to work. That's always you want is a clean space to work when you're doing any type of project or anything like that. So I don't think this ribbon has actual color. I just like calling it royal blue. It's a satin royal blue. It's very pretty. I really like this color. It's pretty cool. So this one I use for my racing legends. I have other colors for different categorical groups. Like I have one for Mustangs. I have one for quarter horses, paints, pintos, drafts. That's all draft. No matter what type of color it is, it's just drafts. Arabians, and so forth. So, that's what I do. Everyone does something different, which is pretty cool. It makes this all unique in a way with the horse hobby and the community. So, this is the end of this video. I'm next going to be doing a review video, showing all the customs I'm still trying to sell and a couple that I'm currently working on. We'll be doing that today. I'll probably be doing that video probably tomorrow morning. Because I need to work on a couple of the horses I've been really behind on in the last few days. So I'm going to be uploading and doing that video, review video tomorrow, and keep in tune with that. And what else? I think that's about it. Guys, thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. If you have any requests for particular videos or reviews on any of my my actual collection of horses, or if any questions, or do a Q&A or anything like that, please let me know. That would be great to do in how I put it. You can message me. You can either message me in my Instagram direct message through BreyerHeart94, or you can contact me under comments on my YouTube. My videos, and just comment. Or ask questions on that, and I can get back to you as soon as I can, and I can definitely see what I can do and carve out some time. All right, well, this is the end, and I will see you guys in the next video.